Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lodi. So today I'm going to talking about the lockdown, and I'm going to talking about the worker people, the peer people, the people doing like a lawyer, a teacher or something like that. So guys, right now I am in UK. I live in UK for 2 years and a half, and we are in November, and it's like the second lockdown in UK because of the coronavirus. So for myself, it's going to be my first long lockdown because last time I was not like here. So the coronavirus is getting like really bad everywhere in Europe, and it's getting even much bad here in the United Kingdom. So the United Kingdom is not Europe anymore. Anyway, right now I am in lockdown, so it's my second day. So I still look like fresh. I got all my energy because it's just like the beginning. Anyway, I'm just wanna make on the light this like a subject because yesterday I was on the phone with two of my friends by WhatsApp. So we was talking about like many different subjects, and after that they just asked me, with how many people you living and what your housemates do like a job. I said, well, I live with like 3 people. With me is like 4, and one of them, she's like a nurse. Another one, he's like a journalist and a teacher. So my friend was saying like, you live with smart people. And I say, smart people, what does mean? You and I not like smart because now it's a lockdown and we're not working because we are like a worker people. We work in the shop. And he said, well, in that situation, like a lockdown, you and I not working because because we haven't been to school like properly. We haven't got like high education. And I say, well, it doesn't mean anything. So that's why I want to make on light that subject, and I'm going to talking about the different parts of the brain. So let's talking about the peer people, the like loyal people, the teacher people, and the people work like a nurse. So guys, that people, they use mostly the left side of the brain. So how the left side of the brain work? The scientific says the left side of the brain is the intelligent part. Intelligent part, as I say, it means that people, they use like much like the instructive, and they use like the logical like a part of the brain as well, and they got too much facility to write. They know how to write perfectly. They learn how to write perfectly without misspelling, and they got much facility to learn any languages also as well. So that left side, the intelligent side, also is like that people, they know how to calculate really like quickly without like making like too much effort. So the people like me, the worker people, like being like a hairstylist, being like a waiter, being like a makeup artist, being like like a comedian, being like an actor, and being like a designer, we use a lot the right side of the brain. Is mean like we use a lot that emotional and that creativity part. It mean like we got a lot of facility about imagination. We got the sense of the imagination is extremely high, and that sensorial part as well of the perception of everything is extremely developed. So that makes the difference between two individuals right now. It means the people like me, again, I use a lot the right side of my brain. It means imagination, creativity, and the people, like when we say like smart people, educate people, intelligent people, they use a lot the left side of their brain. Logical, scientific, writing, calculate, and everything. But it doesn't mean like they much intelligent than the people like me, but they much like as I say, they love everything about like a science, everything about mathematics and blah blah blah. And the people like me, we like creative, you like a designer, we create stuff, we build stuff, we build something some stuff to make people life much easy. We like a filmmaker, we like, you know, a designer, a jewelry designer, we like, you know, we making perfume, we making clothes, we like, you know, like we got like so much imagination. So both of them need each other, we need each other, and we match together. So there is not a competition between the people like worker people. There is not a competition between someone being like a waitress, and there is not competition with someone being like a lawyer, and someone doing like a journalist, someone doing like a makeup artist. We all like a different individual, and we all like using like the different part of the brain on the different way. So I always knew, like for myself, I use the right side of my brain for sure, because I always been like, you know, in my world I always been like on that way, like dreaming. And I got a lot, I mean, they say also the people on the left side, they got a lot of facility to write. This means they know how to write, you know, they can write, you know, much like a scientific book, blah blah blah. But the people like me also, we got a lot of facility to write. This means like we like really imaginative people. We like to imagine when we like to create stuff. It's mean like I'm kind of, I know how to write as well. I'm a writer. It's mean like I write like some, you know, some poesy or some stuff like that. I write my phone. So I write, but I'm not going to talking about like mathematics stuff. I'm not going to talking about the star. I'm not going to talking about the galaxy. I'm not much going to talking about something much like a poem, something about much like the emotional part, you know what I'm saying? So both of us, we can use the left on or the right side, but it's just like some people like me, I use like mostly all the time the right side for sure. And it's amazing. That's why I'm saying that it's not competition between individual. And I feel like the people like me, you know, being like whether being like a makeup artist or being like a hairstylist, and you don't need to feel like ashamed, guys, because the world need us seriously. We like, you know, as I say, we like a kind of like artist people, you know. Even not even you don't need to be like a really high actor. You don't need to be like really high, like, you know, artist doing like a painting, doing like some performing, you know. You don't need to be like that to be like an artist. Being an artist mean like you work with your phone, you work with your brand, and you work also with your hand. So the people need us. The people need us because to eat. The people need us to look amazing because we're doing hair. It's like everything about beauty. So we really help people to feel amazing. We really help people to feel like good and to feel like beautiful. So on that time of the year, of course, because of this fucking coronavirus, the economy is extremely bad everywhere in the world, and also the disease getting high and high. That's why all the government in the world, we just not talking about USA, but all the government here close to Europe, they just decide to lock down people again, because unfortunately many people still die, and the disease is getting like bigger and bigger. So when I was talking, when I was in the phone yesterday with my friend, and he was saying like we must should be like get much like high education. For myself, I love what I'm doing. I'm a hairstylist. People need me. You know, I'm someone really creative, really fashionable. So people need us. It's not because like on that time of the years we staying home, we doing nothing. It doesn't mean like we like a shit. We don't have like education. We like a stupid people. That's why we are like a waitress. That's why we are like a makeup artist. That's why some of us like work in the shop, H&M, blah blah blah. It doesn't mean anything. I think it really depends, you know, your social environment. It depends how you grew up in. It depends like there is like many different like, stuff can affect, like your education and your development as well. Everyone can learn and everyone can develop the both sides of intelligent. What is mean like being intelligent? Someone intelligent is mean like someone got like some facility to learn and some facility to understand quickly. Mostly for me, education, it doesn't mean like, you haven't been like to the high uni, you haven't been like to the high school, you're not educate, or you're not like intelligent. I grew up in Europe, so I grew up in France, and when we're talking about education in France, when I say to someone, oh my god, you're not educated, it doesn't mean like that person haven't done like really high school, it just mean like that person don't know how to respect people, that person got like really bad attitude or really bad comportment about other, and that person is not really respectful. I don't know if this makes sense. So in France, when we say to someone like you don't have education, it doesn't mean like you're stupid. It just mean like your comportment is not right. You should talk to that person in another way. You should be like much respectful. But mostly in some country like here in UK, some country like I think like the Anglophone part. Anglophones mean like speaking English, and the Francophone parts mean like the people speak French and blah blah blah. So when we're talking about being like smart and being like educated on that country like UK or USA, it mean like you got like a high level of education at school. So having like a high level of education at school, it doesn't make you a little bit more high than the people living using mostly the right side of them brain. It just mean like you got so much facility to learn quickly. You learn quickly and you keep everything in your head, and everything you learn, you got that facility to reproduce everything you learn so easier. Like so many countries in Europe are in lockdown, and mostly the people who suffering mostly is the people like me, so the worker people working in the shop. So sometimes I feel like that is like, this like, it's not like kind of competition. People look at you like, oh my god, like, yes, just because you haven't got like any education, you didn't have like any high education, that's why you are in that situation. You should be like educate yourself and got like much high job. The left and the right is not like it are kind of in the same level, and that's why we are like 7 billion amazing human beings, because we need that people with the logistic part, and we need that people with that creativity part, and that is not difference between people. It's not because you worker people you much like shit them, the people working PR, lawyer and blah blah blah. Know that you're amazing, and you just artist people, and on that time of the year, I think you just need to keep in going, stay home, be safe, and and develop more your creativity part, and develop more your logistic part if you're still working in the office, or if you're still working in the hospital. I hope you really love this subject. If you understand what I'm saying, if you really live this kind of situation right now on that period of the years, someone just noticed like you're like a worker person, your job is kind of like shit, you don't have any education, just put me that in the comments. And if you like this subject also, you can just put your thumb up. If you want to hear about my next subject, you can just subscribe right now. Thank you so much, guys. Keep going on the lockdown. Bye.